So you've been testing your organic dropshipping products and you're not getting any views on your videos, and the video that you do get some views, you're not getting any sales from it. The truth is, 99% of organic dropshippers fail because they don't know how to spark emotion. And this is actually the solution to both problems. You're gonna be able to get way more views so much easier, and you're also gonna be able to convert so much easier if you learn how to actually spark emotion. I've gotten over 400 million views with short form content. It's probably closer to 500 by now, but my top performing videos, the ones that get the most views and the ones that drive the most sales, are the ones that just spark emotion the best. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to actually spark emotion, because the emotion spark is like the roots of your videos. You need the emotion spark to be there in every single video that you make, and this is what's gonna propel a video to going viral and actually driving sales. And the reason why the more you emotion spark, the more sales you're gonna get and the higher converting the video is gonna be, is because when you spark an emotion, no matter what the emotion is, whether it's anger, sadness, nostalgia, no matter what the emotion is, if you spark that emotion in them, any emotion that they feel, they unconsciously correlate that emotion with wanting to buy the product if they think the product is good, which 99% of the time, they're getting shown your video because they're in the niche of the product and they would be a person that would buy the product. So by you just sparking any emotion whatsoever, it's gonna make them want to buy the product. And also when you emotion spark, that's also what makes people want to engage with your video, which makes it go way more viral. This is the same exact thing for non-dropshipping videos as well. I was in the sauna a couple days ago and this dude was sitting next to me, just doom scrolling through TikTok, and you can see it in other people. When they doom scroll and they're just scrolling through a bunch of videos, they don't consciously recognize when they're actually liking a video or commenting on a video, but you'll notice once they get some type of like dopamine spike or emotion spark and they feel something for the video, that's when they like it. And then they scroll right past it again. And that emotion spark is what also makes people want to check the comments. And also when you make a super emotion sparking video, the comment section is also going to be very emotion sparking, because people are commenting out of emotion because they got emotion spark from the video. So when you go to the comment section, the viewer is just going to get more emotion spark by seeing the comment section. And this is just the perfect formula for a super viral video. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to actually emotion spark with your videos. So what drives the emotion spark behind an organic dropshipping video? The underlying thing that makes people feel emotions when seeing your videos, and what's going to differentiate your videos from everyone else and why your videos are going to be way more emotion sparking than everyone else, is the overall vibe that you portray with that video. It's the vibe, the energy, the tone, the way that you flow with the music. I'll get into this more later in the video, but this is what I call the buyer spark. It's the vibe and the whole emotion with the video that you can just see. It's the moment that that person gets that dopamine spike or that emotion that just hits them in that moment of watching that video. And you have to engineer this vibe. So how do you do it? How do you emotion spark with organic dropshipping videos? So the vibe and the emotion that you want to transmit with your videos is really dependent on the product, and you need to decide what emotion that you're going to target, because you don't want to be flopping between emotions. Like your overall account should have a specific vibe to it and overall stick to like 2 or 3 different emotions. That can be nostalgia, sadness, anger. You can hit that just super cool, sick vibe that car products do really well with. You know, that's like the beat drop movement with like the sick movements of showing the cars and everything. That's an emotion spark in itself, and that works really well for the car niche. The reason why those grandma hooks work so well is because people felt something from the video. People felt the sadness of their business failing or whatever it was. And that emotion that they felt from that video made people unconsciously want to buy the product. And that also made them want to like, comment, and engage with the video, watch it multiple times because they got emotions from that video. Even the anger emotion, you can hit very well. Any sort of controversy in the video that just doesn't make sense, it angers people. That's like not obvious that people feel smart actually commenting about, that angers people. And they're like, why do you have this in the video? This doesn't even make sense. Any little controversy that you add, that hits the anger side. And also humor is another emotion that you can hit. The satisfying and aesthetic part is a whole vibe in itself that works really well for like professional showcase products or like adult products, like a wine holder product. That works really well with the super aesthetic kitchen with like green plants in the background, aesthetic zooms. If your product isn't just like an entertaining product or just like a aesthetic product or something, and it actually solves a problem, right there, that's an emotion spark in itself. Problem solving. It's pain relief. There's an ear corrector product that's doing really well right now. I wouldn't recommend you run it because it's getting very saturated. And by the time you get it, it's going to be very more saturated. But that right there, it was like a sticky thing that you put in the back of your ear, and it puts your ears back if you have like big sticking out ears. And you can show that pain very well in the beginning of your video and show maybe a person with ears that stick out. You can do a text like POV, your ears don't stick out anymore. People that are insecure about that, that's gonna be something that they're like, they need that product. It's gonna like solve their entire lifelong problem. And then you show how the product actually solves that problem. That's like a crazy emotion spark right there. So any problem solving products, pain relieving products, this works really well for. So there's so many different vibes and emotions that you could hit with your product. It's overall just decide what emotion that you're going to hit with your product. And you can do a couple different emotions for each product, but you need to be clear on the vibe that you're hitting. And you can do this by go look at your top competitors for the product, or if there are top competitors. If there's not, go look into the niche, see what the emotion spark is from that niche. Like if you are in, for example, the cars movie niche, and you're selling a Cars movie product. The Cars movie is all about speed and just like a sick vibe that you get that vibe from watching that movie. So you can do the same vibe for your product. And like you can look at your top competitors and whatever vibe that they're like somewhat hitting with that product, amplify that like crazy. Just do that times 10. And what people don't do with organic dropshipping, which increases the vibe and the emotion spark times 10, is you gotta just like order a couple props for your videos. If you're running like a basketball product, go film on a basketball court. Like enhance the background of your video to that vibe and just get everything in the video completely optimized for your vibe, and that's gonna transmit that emotion so much better. If you look at all the organic videos that made the most money, all of them just emotion sparked the best. And all of them completely fit a vibe, and you can get a strong like transmission of a vibe coming through the video that you feel when seeing that video. The other best way to do this, and it's just two things. It's just having everything in the background, all the props, everything that you see in the video just completely optimized to transmit a vibe, and combining the music with your movements and the movements of the product, and overall having everything flow together. Guys, this is something that if you genuinely understand this is gonna make your life so much easier, and this is gonna save you months of trying organic dropshipping and not being able to go viral and not being able to convert. Always, always, always have your music picked out for your video before you film it, and listen to that music before you're about to film a clip, and just get your head in the space of that music and operate within the emotion that you're trying to spark. Have your head like in that music vibe, like kind of be on that frequency, so that now when you go and film the product, all your movements, you have to just be operating on that vibe. I talk about this a lot in my community. Organic dropshipping and making organic videos is a dance. Flow with your videos. Once you understand that, it becomes so much easier to emotion spark. Even if you can't tell, like when you look at your video, the difference between you, like when you're filming the video, operating on the vibe of the music and like kind of dancing with it, versus you not doing that and just kind of, you know, not operating on the vibe, but still filming the video anyway. Even if you can't tell a difference, the viewers are scrolling through so many videos on TikTok, right? They're scrolling through video after video, and any single micro movement that happens in the video, they unconsciously pick up. You're not gonna be able to consciously recognize all this stuff, but the viewer, they're 30 videos in. When they see you, the micro movements that you make because you were operating on the vibe of that music when filming that video, they notice that unconsciously, and they get that emotion spark from it. This is the same reason why, for example, dancers, dance coaches, they always tell the dancer to do like big facial expressions and really try to show the emotion, because that's what hits the audience more. When you're dancing or when you're performing like classical music or any music in general, you're trying to just transmit a vibe and transmit an emotion to the audience and to the viewers. That emotion is what makes the audience applaud and be happy and buy all their stuff. If you think of the top musicians in the world that just have the most emotion sparking music, us, if we just consciously try to see the difference between them just playing normally, not operating in the emotion, versus them being in the emotion and like flowing with the music, they're gonna play the same keys. We may not consciously recognize that, but the audience, they're gonna feel a difference. They understand the emotion that's coming through it. And it's just the micro movements and the micro things that happen when you operate in the emotion of what you're trying to put out that gets to the viewer on like an energy level, and they feel that emotion more. So if we compare a bland video, which is what your videos look like right now if you're not going viral, maybe it does look good and the movements are smooth, but if we compare that to a video that actually transmits an emotion and a vibe to the audience, this is the one that's gonna go insanely viral and get tons of views. So now that you know how to emotion spark, now your videos are gonna have some emotion to it, and the audience is gonna pick that up. And now it's gonna amplify that emotion like crazy. It's just making your videos look more professional and just better overall, and just not having mistakes with your videos. And when you have a true packaged up like total video that looks good, that has good visuals, that has a complete background with props that correlate with the vibe and that transmits a vibe to the audience, and all the movements just flow perfectly with the music, and whether it's a sad song or something that's very energetic and upbeat and you have faster movements, whatever, all of it just is very, very in tune with the music, and maybe you throw in a controversy in there, that's gonna make people feel something from your video. And when they get that emotion spark and they start feeling something, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna unconsciously wanna buy your product. People don't buy products, they buy how it makes them feel. So when you hit an emotion with the video that you're making, people are going to correlate that emotion with wanting to buy. And the feeling itself is what drives the clicks to the website and what drives the sales. So your job is not to showcase the product. Your job is to make the viewer feel something. And now when you have a controversy in that video, they already have the emotion spark from the video. Now they see this controversy, they're already hyped up. Like now they're just gonna wanna comment about it even more. And that emotion is gonna be amplified from that controversy. So this is how you actually emotion spark and how to actually convert. And your 1 million views that you got before that didn't get too many sales, that 1 million views is gonna do way more, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the amount of sales if you have emotion behind the video. And that emotion is what makes people wanna buy, and that emotion is what also makes people want to engage with the video, which makes it go way more viral.